live.
Good.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Good morning, Jen. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing really good today. Yeah.
So good.
High energy
It
vibes.
is. What? I'm sorry, I missed
I
that.
said high energy vibes today.
Yay! We have people coming in. We have Stacy here. I know there's another name I saw that. Let's see, Melanie. Hello. I almost got you up. The whole thing almost went like away from me. I was like, wait, hold on.
Feel like welcoming people in and hit the power
Right.
off button.
Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. Just kidding. Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
So glad you're here. So this morning, there's like a couple things on my mind that I'd love to share with you this morning. The first is I was thinking did my yoga before when I got to get my day started. One of the things I was thinking about on my mat was like the things that I appreciate or the things that I love. And it's wild how the moment you like begin to think of those things, you can sort of feel it in your body or everything changes. There's like a warmth that happens. Um, so I'd love like to know something you're grateful for or appreciative of, and that's interesting because grateful or appreciate. I've been thinking about the difference between those two terms.
Mm.
Um, but one is there's these flowers right in front of my house that bloom every year. I don't know what they are. I do not have a green thumb. I have to be very honest. I wish I did, and I tried to cultivate that. It's just hard. But there's these flowers. They're like little white bells in front of my house, and at night they release this scent that is just heavenly. Like I absolutely love it, want to eat it up. And I was thinking about how much I love that. Those like little things, I can be walking in from the car to the house and I stop and smell that. And it's just everything stops for just a little bit. And I love that. So I just wanted to share that this morning
I
and to
love
hear
it.
something that maybe this morning you're feeling a little appreciative of or grateful for.
Mm.
And anyone else who wants to share too as well.
Yes, jump in, jump in. I mean, I'm gonna go the like sappy route and say you
Oh, I love you. Thank
because
you.
this I mean, just knowing that we had this connection this morning, that we had the opportunity to talk creativity. Now, I love that we get to talk gratitude as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just like it sets my day up for that good energy, and it's like, I mean, I got the laundry done, it's like all these things that happened this morning already. And yeah, it's like I'm feeling just that positive, just creative flow already, and knowing that we had this.
I
I
love
will
it.
I will share too, though, like nature, so much my go-to. And when you talked about the flowers, um, what was coming up for me was there's a trail that I love going hiking at, and I don't know who they are, but right, this is like the positive they. Sometimes we talk about they did this, and I'm like,
Yes.
"Ugh." This is the positive they that's out in the world. Planted Sweet William, these like little delicate flowers, and they're purple and pink and red and
Oh,
white and like coral, and they planted them all down the side of this country road. So I mean, I'm assuming somebody planted them. I don't think they all just popped up. Somebody
popped up.
threw the seeds down. And so it's like the road out to my hiking trail now is just lined with vibrant color. And I
I
mean, it's
love
like
that.
walking through a painting. And I stopped and painted it the other day because it was just every time I drove by, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a painting waiting to happen, you know?
I love that. That's
So,
beautiful.
yeah.
I can't wait to see that painting too.
All right.
That's definite.
So,
And I'm right there with you. So appreciative of you and this time. This really does. It changes the way my day goes after this moment. Always feels like it's filled with joy and just an openness that I love. I think that's what our conversations do too. They just open something that makes me very receptive to everything around me all throughout the day. And even into the next. So that's kind of great. I love that. So
yeah.
being here with you is a joy.
Hope other people are feeling that joy too. Like we are
Yes.
here, yes, for each other, but we are here for you. And whether you're
Yep.
watching live with us today or watching in the future, um, yeah, community right now is so important. And even
Mhm.
if, we live halfway across the country from each other or wherever you are,
Yeah,
those of you watching in, we can still connect. We can still have that heart to heart. And
which
I
I love.
think that's beautiful. Yeah.
There is one of our community members. So this is a friend of mine who I've known who is also named Jen, who who I have known since I was in grammar school, which is amazing. That's a really long, wonderful amount of time, and we still talk. And the other day, she said something, and I thought, oh, I want to talk about this because I feel like it's just really, it's important, and it happens to all of us. She was talking about there's a lot of stuff going on in her life, a lot of things on her plate. And she's exceptionally creative. But she said, I think I lost my creative mojo. And she said, I think I left it somewhere on a subway under a broken umbrella, which made me laugh out loud because that alone was super creative.
Creative. So it's like a song or something ready to happen.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, no, it's there. But it made me think about that. Like, how often when our plate is very full and life is lifing and all of the things are happening, how easy it is to and I'd love to know from you and anyone who's here, Stacy, Mo, anybody, what is it, do you ever turn around and just say, well, you know what, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z today. I'm not going to sit down to make the painting. I'm not going to write the piece. I'm not going to bake the thing. V, good morning, beautiful V. Welcome, welcome. We'd love to hear about this too. So we're just getting into this topic of when life is lifing, how easy it is to put our creativity and ourselves on the back burner and put everything else in front of it. And then to do that, and I know in my own life, I've done it to such a point and such a degree at different times in my life that I've then felt completely lost. Like I didn't have any creativity. Like questioned whether or not the creativity was just gone and that was a great point in my life and we're moving forward and I'm not going to find it again.
Yeah.
What do you do, Jen? And for anyone who wants to share, what do you do when you feel like life is real heavy? And on a level, I always know creativity, making something is always going to make me feel better. I know that in a very logical sense. But making the time and saying, this is going to be for me so I feel better can often be very hard.
Mm.
And I'd love to know your thoughts on that. What do you do when you're in that space where you're like, I don't know if I can sit down to do this today. How do you get yourself there?
Well, I'm going to share first of all, the very honest answer is I sit and I wallow and I'm like, oh, woe is me, right? Like I just
Yes.
lost it and I just don't have it. And
Yeah.
what was I even thinking, right? And then it's like we can even like gaslight ourselves. Oh, I never was creative in the first
Yes. Oh, I forgot about that road you could go down. Yes.
place. So
I was never
so
really
I
creative.
just yeah.
Yeah.
Never, never. I mean, and I could look around the room, there's art on the walls, but I,
Still don't.
convince myself, oh, who am I? Who am I to paint anything today? I'm not an artist. Um, but I want to acknowledge that because it's so important. Because again, I think sometimes, we look to other people that we see as successful or we see as, oh, they've got it made. They are doing the thing. They know what they're doing.
Hmm.
And the truth is we all, no matter what level we're at in this game, like we all still have those moments. So I just want to say, I have those moments too. And step one is I throw myself a little pity party.
Yep.
But step two is I recognize, oh, hey, Jen, look, you're in pity party mode. And that's the turning point, right? Because when we're
Yeah.
in it, when we're so deep in it and, we're just like celebrating how miserable we are and how busy
Hmm.
we are and that, we could never possibly make anything. Um, we could buy into that and we could pitch a tent there and we could just like hang out, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I just want to point out, right, like a pity party, like, it's a pity party and not a
Hmm.
celebration party because all the decorations are gray, right? Like, it's not a fun party.
Yes. There are no really cool
You're in like your all black outfit, like your cozy sweater, and like
the
no
confetti is
makeup.
not sparkling and glittering. No.
No. So this is how you know the difference. And so then when you recognize, look, here's where I am, then there's like that turning point,
Mhm.
right? And I think that's so true with anything in life. It's like the moment that you recognize, here's where I am, right?
Yeah.
So it's the self-awareness that then is the catalyst to the change.
Yeah.
And so for me, very often it's reaching out for help. It's reaching out to a friend,
Yeah.
that I know the moment I say, I never was creative, they're gonna like, throw that back in my face and be like,
Mhm.
false.
Really?
So yeah, like reaching out to somebody that you trust. Like by
Yeah.
all means, don't reach out to like, your boss's best friend that makes fun of you every time you get together. Like,
Yeah.
don't reach out to that
No,
person.
that will just reinforce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's that thing too. If you are looking for evidence that you have not, and it doesn't matter if it's good or it's bad. If you are looking for evidence to support your creativity or to tear it down, you will find it.
Yeah.
It is just the way we work. We
Yeah.
will find whenever we need to support it. So you have to be aware of your own thoughts in that for sure. And
Absolutely.
have that trusted somebody who's going to be like, hey, hold on. I'm going to pull you back over here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd say sometimes my trusted somebody is my journal,
Yeah.
that I can
Yes.
start writing and being honest. Today I am feeling blah blah blah. I recognize I've been in this pity party. I recognize I've not been allowing myself to create, and I'm feeling that I've lost my creative mojo. um and again, just sometimes that recognition
Yeah.
and telling ourselves, being honest with ourselves, will shift that, right?
Yeah.
Julia Cameron says in The Artist's Way, do your morning pages for 3 pages a day, because it's like that last page or like a page
Yes.
in that the answers start coming through. So it's
100%. Yep. That is real.
ah,
Yes. You have to write your way in there for sure.
yeah.
There's also, I've loved that term pity party for so long. I love when I know that I'm throwing one for myself and can actually share that. But there is a beautiful space of compassion in there because you're actually giving yourself, you have the grace, which is a beautiful thing and not really acknowledged, to realize that, okay, I'm allowing myself to feel my feels. And now here's that lifeline I'm going to reach for to pull myself out. And what does it look like when I'm pulling myself out of this? And it's so funny because, and it takes vulnerability to do that. It really does, which I think is a major player in creative work, is vulnerability. And it was so funny because I was, right before we were going on, I have a pile of books here and I hadn't looked at one for a while. So I was like, oh, and then look at this one. And I was thinking about all this and I opened to a random page and it was perfect, of course, because the universe. Um, but it's The Edge of Wonder by Victoria Erickson. I don't know if anyone's ever read this, but these are just really beautiful, like, and says notes from the wildness of being. And I opened to this, and I'm just going to share this because I think it's so beautiful. When it comes to creation, you must begin from below the belly and through the spine, the internal stirrings, where it aches, where it sighs. You must reach into that prana where it pulls through the heart, pull that energy upward, and pour it all out. If you begin in the head and analyze what to say or do, it won't seep into other people. They won't feel it where it counts unless it comes straight from the depths and vulnerability of you. And I love that. That is so spot on with where it is. Oh, Barbara. I need to finish the script. Okay, I'm going to send it when it goes out. We're going to send that quote out with it. I'm so excited to see Barbara here. Hello. I love this. So much fun. But that is wonderful because it speaks to the heart of creativity. I think sometimes when we are in that space where we're so down on ourselves, um, we're also so tuned into the world around us, right? The reason we've put our stuff aside is because we are focused externally. We are fixing whatever it is, helping whatever it is, doing whatever it is. We're expending all of this energy outward, and the energy has to come back inward. And we have to be vulnerable with ourselves, honest with our feelings, which is where this compassionate, loving pity party comes in. It's a recognition of there's stuff going on inside of me. I have to really be vulnerable and touch it. And then even more vulnerable in reaching out or reaching for my journal or putting a mark to a page. And that vulnerability, I think, takes tremendous courage too. So you have all of these emotional things happening at the same exact time. It's a lot and can feel overwhelming, but there is a key in there. And that is that start of I acknowledge what I'm feeling. How can I begin to shift this? Because I don't necessarily want to be in this space. I want to be exploring and using my creativity to find out what else there is in there. And those tools that you pull up can often help all what's going on outside externally. But when you're so tuned outwards, it's you're missing that inner strength, that inner vulnerability, that inner courage, all of it. You're
Yeah.
just like being present out there and slowly being depleted because the creativity does fill up your well.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to circle back to that quote too. And
Yes.
um, it's so beautiful. And what I love too is that she's talking about the body,
Yes.
embodiment of
Embodying
the
it.
creativity. And again, that like taking it away from the head
Yes.
and anything that we can do that drops us back into our body, right? That grounds us. And, I shared earlier about my hiking, the hiking trail,
Yes.
painting in nature. Those things will ground me back into that core.
Yeah.
And I know for everyone, right, you have something that will help to ground you. Uh,
Yes.
you know, whether it's a certain scent or
Hmm.
uh, a place, that whenever you're there, you just feel that self nurturing. And so I think it does, it's like when you recognize that space where I'm giving out so much energy and I need
Hmm.
to bring energy back in, I'm finding what is it that helps to ground you
Yeah.
and bring you into that. And she talks about the prana, right? That life force energy that's
Yeah.
coming from within. And then acknowledging too that not only will we create from that place, but we'll create things that really touch other people because we're coming from that sense of interconnectedness, that thing that unites all of us. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's so beautiful.
You said too, you mentioned, you said you could have a scent that brings you back. And it made me think immediately of our senses. I think that sometimes people say, I don't know how to come back to myself. And I actually had a conversation with a woman earlier this week who was saying she really felt like she's been living outside of her body and she's been extremely unhappy with that. And it's like, it is the moment that we come back into our body that things happen. Um, the senses are a beautiful doorway in, like an incredible doorway in. And V says, honoring where you are is the space where creativity begins. If you're wearing black, be a Wednesday, throw black paint on the paper, write crazy words, throw that shirt up and begin again. It's true. You're 100% right. Like it really, really is honoring that space, coming back to yourself once again. And V and Jen, we're talking all about the same thing. This sense of embodying, being in our body. That's where we're going to find the connection to connect with the outside world. And when we're so focused and we're not there, it's the easiest thing in the world to feel disconnected. And I think when I go to my mat and when I'm on my mat and I'm doing yoga for, the beginning part of it was so funny because it was for me um, doing the poses. And that's great. But there is a way that when you, with continual practice, something shifts and you do begin to think about, well, what actually feels good? Hold on, this pose feels good. I'm going to stay in it a little longer. And I find that it totally translates to life outside. So
Mhm.
that when I'm in a creative practice, like writing and painting, even photography, I will stay a little longer now because this feels good. I'm like, we're kids. When we're kids, we remember how it's so easy to be like, this feels great. I'm gonna stay in this forever. I'm gonna dance in the rain and jump in the puddles. And as adults, we're like, no, I'm gonna keep going. Instead
Yeah.
of it being like, I really would love to jump in a puddle right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Um,
love that you brought it back to the yoga mat because I feel like we just went full circle because you started at the yoga mat and with gratitude. And gratitude's one of those things too, right? That gets us out of our head, into our
yeah,
heart, and begins to open that all up. So
yeah,
yeah, wherever you are, like when you
yeah,
feel that like I lost my creative mojo, go to gratitude,
yeah,
go to heart work, go to the mat, go to the
right,
forest, whatever, that starts to connect you back with yourself. And yeah, so
yeah.
grateful. So grateful.
Yes.
Thank you. What a beautiful conversation to get the day going.
My gosh, I love this. I have goosebumps. I love when I have goosebumps. I know it's been a good, like, truthful, honest, yummy conversation. So I'm so grateful for this, Jen. I'm so grateful to everybody who is here. V, Barbara, Mose, I'm forgetting people. Please, I am so happy all of you are here. We are so happy you're here. You create this beautiful community that we get to exist in, and we are so appreciative of that. Thank you, V, for saying that. You taught me that. That was wonderful. Um, to my friend Jen, who's out there, hopefully watching later. I hope that this was a yummy, nurturing conversation. You've got your creative mojo. Just maybe there's some creative ways in here on how to connect back to it. And Jen, anything you want to share as we depart?
No, I'm good. Just love. I love you all. I love you, Tosh.
I love you too.
Oh, I know what I want to say.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
oh,
How's your
thank
birthday?
you. My you started it early. My birthday starts tomorrow. I'm excited. I feel like this is good. It's gonna take me straight into the weekend. So thank you. All right, everyone. That just made my whole day. Love you all. We'll see you here next week. Have a great and wonderful creative week. Bye, everyone.